There's some kind of unidentified bogey coming in from the north.
Roger that.
And it's coming in fast.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're doing something a little different here. We are going to read, clean, press, and submit a book. So, one of my viewers said that I needed to read more comic books, so that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to read more comic books. So, yeah, that's kind of the basis of this video. I'm going to read the book, we'll talk about it, I'm going to clean it, I'm going to press it, and then I'm going to submit it to CGC, and then you're going to see it back here on this shelf. So stick along for the journey. I'm going to do a series of these, actually. All the Superman books and Wonder Woman books that I have in this collection will be a part of this series, and they will all stay here and go on this wall and replace some of these romance books. But I thought it'd be a fun series to do, to show you A, the interior of these books, B, how I clean and press them, whether it's right or wrong, just what I'm doing currently. I'm fairly new to it, so I'm sure that people will have plenty of comments and advice on what I can be doing differently, and that's fine. I'm doing this with all books that are going to stay in my collection. So, that being said, I am going to take the time and flip through this really quick and read this book, and I'll come back and we'll chat about it. Okay, so I just finished reading the story about Superman and the Thing from 40,000 AD, trying to tell which Superman's the real Superman. So basically, this blob lands on planet Earth, they go to research it, it's gone, they figure out that this blob is some other life form that can take shape and become anyone he wants, a duplicate. So it starts robbing places, stealing things, duplicating people, or, you know, matching their identity and doing that. So then one day Clark Kent is there reporting on a crime scene. The blob is on the wall of this building. It sees Clark Kent, decides it should be Clark Kent, and then it could get in and steal these diamonds. So it duplicates his identity or steals his identity, transforms into Clark Kent, goes back in, steals diamonds. Superman hears about it. Then they start fighting with each other. Superman finds him, and then the blob also, or whatever you want to call it, the Thing, takes shape and becomes a second Superman. So now there's two Superman fighting, and people are trying to tell who's who. And basically, at the end of the day, the real Superman takes the Thing to an area where an H-bomb is going to go off, and basically tricks the Thing into being close to it, and the H-bomb goes off, and Superman prevails. So it was a good story. I mainly just wanted to read the main story in this. Maybe I'll finish the other ones later, but just finished that one up. I thought it was pretty cool. So one of my viewers told me I should read more comic books before I just clean press and encase them in plastic. So that's what I'm trying to do here with this series. So this is the book, Superman number 87. And then it's got the Daisy Red Rider on the back there. Pretty cool. I think, who's holding that? Is that Kid Colt or... Yeah, Red Rider. Yep. So, really cool. That was fun. So now I'm going to clean the book and let you guys kind of watch that in kind of hyperspeed mode, how I do that. Okay, so what you just watched in that sped up version is me cleaning this book. So what did I do? I took a cotton round, just a basic little cotton round. I think I got mine at Dollar General, super cheap. Dry cleaned it, wiped it down. Then I took a white eraser and erased the spots where you can really see like eraser marks or like dirt. Sometimes those spots come off easy with an eraser. One thing I'll say, these yellow covers in Superman books or any of those solid color books, be super cautious with that eraser not to take off any of that color. It will come off, and it'll come off easily, so be careful there. I did not spend a lot of the time with an eraser on this book because I didn't want to affect the color of those covers, so I just kind of hit some of the bad spots. Hitting the white is always fine. You can hit the white pretty hard with the eraser, which I do, but you try to avoid going too crazy with that eraser. So after the eraser, you know, I think I wiped it down again with the cotton round, but then I put it in a box. You saw me pulling that box. That box is where I wipe books down with what's called an absorbine pad. I don't think I still have the box, but the pad, it's absorbine, and it's basically a pad that inside it's like little pieces of rubber or like eraser come out of it. So that works really well, especially when you're kind of limited on what you can do with the eraser. That works well to kind of give it a final buff and really finish your clean. So I really suggest the absorbing pad. I really like it. I'm sure there's other options out there, but that's just what I'm doing. So now I have this book cleaned. After going through, I did find the flaws. So this book I have no intentions of it ever leaving my collection. So I'm okay with the flaws. I'm going to leave them as is. So the two biggest things are, you can see that stain right up here. So there's a stain in the top left corner right there. And then the cover is completely detached. But I went through every page and everything is here. There's no cutouts inside or anything like that. But being that the cover is detached, I'm sure it'll get a qualified grade or a green label or whatever. And I'm totally okay with that. I'm not going to do anything about that. I just want to kind of encase this one and keep it so I can hand it down to my son someday. So I know these Superman books were some of my grandfather's favorite, so they're definitely my favorite, so I'm going to do this with all of the Superman ones I have. So next step, I'm going to do a time lapse here again just to save you guys a little bit of time watching of me just putting in, you know, the 75-pound paper, my Golden Age boards in the front and back cover, and kind of prepping this thing and getting it ready to go into the press. I'm not going to show you me steaming it really. I don't go crazy when I steam it. I have a steamer that's off to the side here, and it's like your regular clothes steamer. I really just hold the book above it and try to feel a little bit more weight in the book before I press it. I haven't done a humidity chamber or any of that. I'm sure I will in the future, but right now, you know, a little bit of steam and then the heat seems to be working pretty well for me. So I'm going to switch and do that now. Okay, so a couple quick things to note. When I was putting the paper and the boards in here in this book, I realized that there was a piece of tape on the inside of the cover. It was literally just coming off. I just pulled it off, no problems there. I preferred to not have it on there. So what did I do? I put a 75-pound paper in at the centerfold, which if you don't know what that is, it's the center of your book where the staples, you can actually see them coming through. That helps protect those staples, I think, from like pushing in or something. Like I said, I'm pretty new to it. It's just something I saw someone do, so that's what I'm doing, and it seems to work well. And then I do not have magazine boards. A lot of guys, I think, prefer to use them just for ease on the front and the back cover so that you are not, you know, losing that support by having too small of a board. But if you're cautious enough, you know, the Golden Age boards work fine. Just make sure you get them nice and centered. So that's what I did there. I've got 3 pieces in. I've got a board on the back cover, board on the front cover, and then the 75-pound paper on the inside at the centerfold. Let me know what you do when it comes to boards and papers and how you do that. Honestly, like, nobody's taught me this. That's just what I'm doing, and it's working well. So next step, I'm going to hit this book quick with this tack iron. Some of the heavier creased areas, it's nice to apply a little extra heat there and kind of give those creases some special attention. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so now I've got the book all ready to go into the press. I showed you the parchment. It was probably pretty quick, but this is just parchment paper that I ordered. Sheets of that, 9x13 sheets. So you want to get that parchment paper out. I have my press here. I'm going to flip you around. This is my press here, this TUSY. I think it's Tussie. I have it. I ordered it from Amazon. Nothing crazy. You set your temperature up here. I'm pressing at 174 degrees. You want to make sure there's the on switch is over here on the side. You want to make sure you get that nice and warmed up before you put your book into the press. So, do this one-handed. Whew, that was pretty aggressive. It's starting to get warm, so things are starting to curl because I've had this warming up for a while. But I'm gonna replace these every time you press a book. See how it gets wrinkled and everything? They're so cheap. You don't want to reuse the same ones and run the risk of putting a crease in a book or anything like that. So I've got this metal plate here. I do a Golden Age board there, and then to protect from the heat for the colors, you put that down, parchment paper. Then I've got my book sandwich here. Oh, I grabbed one too many. Sorry. I'm trying to do this one-handed, but so I've got my book sandwich here. Get that all nice and centered on that Golden Age board on the bottom. And then you take your other piece of parchment paper you have, put it on top, put another board on the top. I'm probably gonna recenter this after I show you, but I put that board on there. See how I can see that cover? You wanna make sure that's nice and centered. That would be the nice part about the magazine boards, is you can avoid that. But do that, and then I have my final plate here, metal plate, that I'm going to put on top to complete the sandwich. And then we are going to close this press. It's really tight, which is what you want. I'm gonna pause this so I can actually get it to lock. Okay, sorry, I had to pause that so I could lock that down. I have it cranked pretty tight. Not too tight, but one-handed, it's hard. So you can see there my press is counting down, it's warming up. You can put it in a little early, but I will leave that in there now for roughly 20 minutes, and then I'll just shut the heat off. And once I shut the heat off, then I will leave the book in there for 24 hours, and then tomorrow I will open it up and see how it did. Okay, so the book is in the press. It is going. I got everything centered and put in there nice. It will stay in here for the next 20 minutes, like I just said. I'll shut it off. Tomorrow we'll check it after 24 hours, pull it out, and then we'll determine whether it needs another press, or sometimes I like to put it in a cold press as well. We'll see. Just depends on how the book looks when it comes out of this first heat press. So that's kind of my process for now. Seems to be working. I will... After this one's done, I'll get it packaged up and send it off to CGC. I'm just going to do the basic $40 grading for that. I don't think the book's super high end, or the value is lower because of that spine splitting and then the detached cover and the stain. But kind of like this World's Finest here. You know, it got a 4.0 qualified. The centerfold was missing, but I'm fine with that. I want to keep them, put them on the shelf. I'm just having fun collecting them and kind of tracking this journey. So let me know what you thought about this video. If you liked it, I'll do a series of this. I have a ton of books to do this with. If you kind of like this format, I'll create a playlist and kind of do a series like this. So let me know what you think in the comments. And then I think I'm going to do the series of actually getting the grades back on these books. So then I'll just do really short videos of those unboxings so you can follow along there as well. So let me know in the comments if you like that. Hit that subscribe button. I appreciate the view. I hope you all have a good work week. Yeah. Thanks. Bye.